5 o'clock on a Wednesday, and it's time for
Craig and Ryland's Magic Review Show.
I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
Welcome back to another review show, guys. We've got some amazing tricks this week, haven't we?
Yeah.
Ryland is performing one of his your new favourite magician, Andy Nyman.
Yeah.
You're performing an Andy Nyman trick. I'm going to be performing a really cool stage piece that is going straight into my cabaret show, which is incredible. We've got some really good stuff on this channel this week. So, without further ado, we're going to go straight into this week's show.
Yeah.
Okay, so first up, we have The Moment by Andy Nyman.
One of my favourite tricks.
And one of your favourite magicians as well, isn't it? Like, Andy Nyman hasn't released stuff for a long time, and Ryland's just kind of fallen in love with his magic since meeting him at the magic convention, and last week you looked a big reaction, didn't you? By the way, I'd like to apologise for Ryland. He's got a bit of a cough, haven't you? You got a bit of a cough this week. He's got a tickly cough.
I've got special sweets that I have to eat.
He has special cough sweets that he has to eat.
They're yummy.
They are tasty.
They're honey and lemon.
They're honey and lemon. Do they care? They don't care. They want to know. So we've got The Moment by Andy Nyman, and marketed by P3, by Penguin Magic. I love the trailer to this trick. I love the trailer. It was very honest, very direct, and it just showed exactly what it was. And I wish more trailers would actually do that and let you see exactly what it is that you're buying. What it is, basically, it says here, it's an impossible coincidence effect. New routine from Andy Nyman. It will go straight into your working repertoire. Will it go straight into your working repertoire? Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful cards, truly impossible coincidence effect, utterly fooling, joyously simple to do. And that is very true. I love the box. I love that. I
can't even think of any moves that you've got to do.
Well, there's a Charlier shuffle, but that's not really.
You don't have to do a Charlier shuffle.
No, you don't, do you?
You don't really have to even mix them if you don't want to.
No, you don't have to, no.
They'll be fine. They'll just know it's a packet of cards. You don't have to.
There aren't really many moves. And it's so deceptive, isn't it? It's so easy, but it's so deceptive. You're going to perform it, yeah?
Yeah.
We'll get Ryland to give it a full performance. Then after he's performed it, we'll talk about what we think.
Yeah. You know that I used to perform to Nana?
Oh, she used to love watching you do magic, mate.
Yeah. She had these cards from a circus when she was a kid.
Okay.
I've got lots of different circus pictures. I'll show you them in a minute. Now, when I use these cards, I figured out how I could influence people to do stuff.
You can influence people to do stuff? You're joking.
No, I'm not.
Really?
Yeah, which packet do you want to use?
Let's go with the red ones.
Red ones. Okay, now, I don't actually put my favourite card in there. Do you know what my favourite card is?
What?
It's the Master Magician.
Is that you?
I like to keep him out, but I'll show you the other people.
Okay.
Once I get the mix up.
Okay, so you're going to mix these up?
Yeah.
Okay. And Nana got these from a circus?
Yeah, a circus when she was little. You should know, you should figure out how she got them from a circus when you actually see the pictures. You've got Strong Man, Little Man. My favourite's the Balloon Man.
Really?
He's my favourite. So you've got all these. You've got Long Man, Short Man, Acrobats, Horse Rider. You've even got animals.
Okay.
You've got a lion there, an elephant there.
Okay.
So lots of different ones. The Balloon Man's my favourite.
Okay.
Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna deal or mix. So like this, deal. You could say mix, deal, mix, deal, deal, mix, deal, deal, deal.
But I get to choose whether you do.
You get to choose.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Mix. Deal. Deal. Mix. Mix. Deal. Deal. Mix. Deal.
Okay. Now, do you feel like I influenced you? No, do you feel like I influenced you?
Not at all, mate.
To pick the red cards or anything?
No, I had a free choice.
You had a free choice, yeah.
Yeah.
But I did actually influence you. Remember
Hang on, you influenced...
Remember I said I could influence people when they use these cards?
Yes.
You know the Master Magician?
Yes.
I will make you choose the red card.
Okay, that's kind of weird, yeah,
but
yeah.
That's not all. You know, I also made you pick it because the blue cards I knew. Well, I made you deal and mix at that particular time.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
No.
Because look, I did.
No, you didn't.
See. Look, I did. That is why they are in the exact same position.
No way. That's crazy. Okay, so that was a really good performance, right? Absolutely loved that. I've been reading The Magic Cafe, which is always a big mistake, to be perfectly honest, but I've been reading The Magic Cafe, and a few people on there have said, oh, this is too, what are you actually buying? It's too simple. Oh, it's too simple a method. It's absolutely not. It's a really beautiful coincidence trick. When you actually think about this like a layman, and you don't think about this like a magician, it's so incredible. Like, if you're going to do a...
Like, if I saw someone, and then they just... I forced them...
Yeah.
I forced them to pick a packet of cards, a particular packet of cards, and then they match.
Yeah. It's a great trick, isn't it? It's
like how do they think that matching is not good? Like how they get to... It got mixed up 2 times. It can deal mix, so it feels like it's in a completely different order.
Come back over here.
It feels like it's a completely different order, but when you actually do that,
it's so good. I mean, as an effect, it's brilliant, and I think that the simplicity allows you to focus on the presentation. And you've adapted the presentation. You talked about your nana because you miss your nana. She passed away a little while ago, obviously, and you adapted the presentation a little bit, but that's absolutely fine. And also, Andy talks about these are the cards that he got when he was a kid. That wouldn't work for you, obviously, so we had to change the presentation a little bit. Exactly. But I mean, it's a wonderful presentation. It's a really simple trick. Think about this. It's an instant reset. Well, there is table actually, but you don't need like a special close-up pad or anything like that. You could probably engineer this to do it in someone's hands without too much trouble. But you know, obviously, any table will work. There's no angle issues to take into consideration. Everything's examinable. You've got that wonderful kicker of at the beginning you were able to show them that you influenced them to pick the particular pack of cards that they did, which completely fooled me. It's just really nice. Now the other advantage of this is that once you've done that trick, you can then go into a bonus trick. So once you've done what you just saw Ryland do with the performance, you can then mix it up and you can go into a second phase where Andy mixes the cards up. And he says, what I want you to do is I want you to cut the cards and just cut the cards and complete the cut. And then, are you happy or do you want to cut again?
Okay.
Okay, put the card over there, but don't look at it. The top card, put it over there, but don't look at it. Put your hand on it so I can't see it. I'm going to take these cards. I'm going to put these in here. Oh, dear me. Terrible at this. There we go. I'm going to put these in here, leave it sticking out a bit. I want to have a look at the card, and then I want you to shove it in between all the other cards and close it up, and just put everything in, and then put everything away in your pocket.
What in my pocket? Oh.
Put everything. Just get rid of everything. So think about this for a minute. Have you done that?
Yeah.
So think about this for a minute. You could have cut anywhere. You took the card. You looked at it. I was turning away. And then you put it away. No way I could know. Now hold your hand out for me. I want you to imagine that that's a little circus ring right there. It's a little circus and you're in the audience. You're looking down at the circus. Can you see that right there?
Yeah.
And I want you to imagine that all around the outside, there's all the different acts that are in that circus. All the different acts that are in that circus. All the ones that are on the card. They're all around the outside, moving around the outside, and they do their act. And I really want you to imagine the person on the card that you thought of moving into the centre. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
You really are imagining, aren't you? It was the circus master, the ringmaster, wasn't it? It was the royal ringmaster. Yeah, that's what I thought. So that's a bonus. So once you've done that, you can then follow up with that second phase. Are you sure you're okay, buddy? Once you've done that, you can then follow up with that second phase. So it's not just the moment. That routine is called circus in your hand, and that's a follow-up routine. So you do those 2 routines together. You've got this really nice 2-phase routine that you can play really quickly if you want to. if you're in a situation where you have to place stuff really quickly, or you can drag it out and you can get every moment from it if you've got a really invested audience. I love this.
I'm going to give it 99%.
I'm going to give it, I was going to say 99% as well. I think it's awesome. I think it's really good. Very easy to do. The cards look so authentic as well, don't they? I mean, the cards look so good. You would genuinely believe that these are from like some sort of old circus, even though they've been specially printed. And Penguin have done a fantastic job of this. So there you go. 99% from me, 99% from him. Let's move on with the next trick. Okay, so next up we have the Prestige Dry Wipe Edition. I'm telling you right now, I don't always bring up price for a variety of different reasons, but I'm telling you right now, this is well over £200. This is not cheap. This is an expensive prop, but I think I think this is amazing. I think this is absolutely brilliant. It should be over 200. We're doing this in our stage show, our two-person stage show. We are absolutely doing this. I love this. I've used From Dice of Men by Tom Stone since the first time I saw him do it at Ron's Day in London, way before it was you know, it was kind of released by Vanishing Ink. I've done that for years in my act, and I absolutely love it, using that hug kill premise. And I will be using this instead, because instead of having to use a dice to do the force, anyone who knows of Dice and Men will know what I'm talking about. Instead of having to do the force, you have a completely free choice. But what's really nice about this is a this is what's the word I'm trying to say? This is dry wipe. So you can actually use this for anything, can't you? Like, you can use it for anything. So you and I are going to put in this in our stage show, and we're going to have like different things that Ryland wants for Christmas and his birthday, and he's going to have like Lego and a Switch game and a football outfit, and we're gonna have somebody pick the present that you're going to get, and it's going to be really good. We've got ideas for this in our show, haven't we? I love, and also I love it goes in this little case. You put it in your cabaret case and you're good to go. You just take it out and you're set and you're ready to go. It's there, it's ready at a moment's notice. It's absolutely brilliant. I love this. I'm going to do a performance of it. If you haven't seen what it looks like, I'm going to do a performance of it first of all. To camera, it's going to be a bit weird because I'm sitting down and this is kind of more of a stand-up thing, but I'm going to try my best. I'll do it to camera and then we'll talk about what we think. Okay, Ryland, I have something here. I'm going to show you something absolutely incredible. I have 5 numbered cards, and this is not designed to be done sitting down, but I'm going to give it my best shot. I've got 5 numbers cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, when you perform for people on stage, sometimes it's very difficult to work out how to greet them on stage. Do you shake hands? Do you fist bump? Do you elbow bump? So I'm going to be using you as my volunteer. I need to work out how to greet you. I thought I'd leave it up to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which one are you going to go for?
2.
Number 2, this one here. Let me just take out number 2. Are you sure you're happy with number 2?
Yeah.
And you had a free choice, yes?
Yeah.
Let's have a look. I'll have to put this down, but you wouldn't normally. Well, I suppose I could do it this way. Look, let's have a look at how I would greet you. What does that say?
Hug.
Hug! I'm going to give you a hug, which is interesting because all the others were kill, 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 kill. But, you know, we got a hug, which means that I get to bring it in, buddy. Bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. So there you go, that is a performance of the Prestige. Like I say, I absolutely, completely and totally love this, and this is going straight into my stage show. Things that you need to know about this. It is a completely free choice. The method is devious. You did that Julio Montoro thing, which was designed for close-up, and that's a completely different method to this. With this one, it is so easy. You literally just hold the thing, take out the one they want, show it, and turn the others round. That's all you have to do. Now, the one thing that you need to be aware of is it uses a certain type of material that might need to be replaced over time. However, there is a full breakdown on the instructions.
I think I might know what that material is.
Exactly. But there's a full breakdown on the instructions of how to actually fix it if it does break. I've been playing around with this now for about a week. And I'm putting it into a show in a couple of days' time. It hasn't even shown any signs of breaking. I think as long as you're careful, you're going to be fine. But it's something you do need to be aware of. You do need to be aware of the fact that there is a chance that at some point it might break. But if it does, the instructions there on how to fix it, and you're given extra stuff.
Does it come with the extra material?
It comes with the extra stuff. Yeah, that's what this pouch is for at the front. So you've got all of the stuff included. It comes with the dry white marker. It even comes with a little black cloth. So you even get a little black cloth to wipe it off and put something else. Like they've really thought through everything. Look, it's not cheap. It's over £200, but like you say,
it deserves it.
It really does. Like you know, I mean, there are cheaper ways of doing this, but I haven't seen a way as good as this. And talk about pack flat, play big. This is the sort of thing, you know, you bring something out like this, it's massive, it'll play to a huge room.
It's massive, but it just goes in that.
It just goes in that, yeah, absolutely.
Like it's like about 2 meters tall, but it just easily fits in there.
Exactly, and there's 5 routines on the download. There's live performances, which is great, and I love it when people do live performances. But as well as the live performances, there's 5 routines in there. 5 is the 5. Yeah, there's 5 routines in there that you know, give them ideas. There's one about like a bank night style effect where you come out and you say they're going to win something, and you're going to give them a choice of what to win, and they end up winning, you know, like next to nothing, and all the other prizes are really good. There's a whole bunch of different things.
They can win 1 penny, and the rest are
that sort of thing. Yeah,
like £2 million.
Exactly. The only thing that I'd say is there's a bonus routine in there which I didn't really get. And the bonus routine is you do the same thing. So you bring out the 5 and you say that you're going to pick one and you can have any one you want to. You take it out and you show that the revelation, and then you show that it's absolutely fine. And then at the end you say, but, you know, the thing is, I don't know how you pick number 3, for example, because there were never any numbers on the cards. And when you turn it round, all the numbers have vanished off the back, which is quite a nice visual that the numbers have vanished. But why? What's the point? Like, I don't understand why.
So,
it's like so you bring it out like that, yeah, and they're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You then give them an option. Let's say they say number 2, like you did, and it might be hug, and the other one say kill. That's the end of the trick, and then you put that back in there, and then you show that all the numbers off the back have vanished. So all the numbers have gone, and there were no numbers on there to begin with. And I just don't get that. I think that, like, you've taken what's a really nice effect and you've kind of muddied the water, and you've just kind of added something that is a bit convoluted, procedural, and not needed. And it's kind of like a kicker that wasn't needed. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know, just come across as a bit stupid to me. I don't know what you thought. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's just a bonus routine, but I didn't think the bonus routine was any good. But in terms of the actual trick itself, I think it's absolutely brilliant. It's going straight into my show. It's going straight into his show. It's going straight into our show. It's going straight into my illusion show. It's going everywhere. This is brilliant. I love it. I am going to do it. I think it's awesome. I'm going to give this 100%. I personally think this should get Trick of the Week. It's up to you, but I think this should get Trick of the Week.
I'm going to give it 100. No, I'm going to give, 100.
100%. Do you think it gets Trick of the Week?
Let me think about the other ones.
Quickly.
No.
No? What's Trick of the Week for you?
The little act, mini act.
Oh, the mini act. You love that, don't you? Okay. Well, this is my Trick of the Week. That's your Trick of the Week. In fact, should we look at that right now?
Yeah.
100% from me. Did you say 100% as well?
Yeah.
100% from him. Highly recommended. It isn't cheap, but if you do stage magic, it's worth its weight in gold. Kids shows, worth its weight in gold. Absolutely brilliant. Let's move on to the next act. Okay, so the next up, we've got one of Ryland's favourite tricks that he's seen in a long time. It's called the Pro.
In the last review, I said this.
Trick of the Week. You think the Trick of the Week, yeah. This is called the Pro Mindset by Luca Volpe, Craig McCaig, and Alan Wong. And what you have here, what this is basically, is it's a mentalism act in this. It reminds me a little bit of Bill Abbott's Pack Small, Packs Flat, Plays Big sort of things, where he takes an entire act and puts it into a carry-on case. This is the same sort of thing. In here, you have like a 20 to 30 minute mentalism act with some really nice bits and pieces in here. It's like a 20 to 30 minute mentalism act that's designed to be able to be done. They perform it all virtually, but it's all stuff that will work in a real world as well. And they talk at the beginning about social distancing and all of the tricks here. People don't have to touch anything, or even though it's really interactive, they don't have to actually pick props up or anything like that, which is nice, you know, that they've thought that through. But what you have here, like I say, is a little mentalism act. Now, the tutorial was about an hour long, wasn't it?
That's probably was there's about 20 tricks in it.
Yeah, tutorial was about an hour long, and it was basically a Zoom call.
It's like a 40-minute gap.
Yeah. It was a Zoom call between Luca, Paul, and Alan, discussing all the different tricks, and Luca was performing it to all of them, and then they were talking through it. The performances were really great.
I'm only going to do 2 though.
You do 3.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
There's the explanations were really good because they talked through how it worked. Everyone was chipping in, but then there was an over-the-shoulder shot of each one of the tricks where the camera goes over the shoulder and looks at it from another angle. There's like 5 routines in here. Well, 6 or 7 routines. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here, really, to be honest.
Yeah.
And you can either do it as a whole act.
It's like 20 minutes.
Yeah. So you can either do it as a whole act, or you can just take bits and pieces out and just do the bits and pieces.
20 minutes.
Yeah. You can take bits and pieces out, and you can do just little bits that you want to. You don't have to do the whole thing. You could just do one particular trick, or another particular trick, or another particular trick, or you could string them all together. Are you okay? He's having a drink. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do get Ryland to do a full performance of this if his cough allows him to do a full performance.
Yes.
And then after he's done the performance, we'll talk about what we think.
I'm going to do a little mentalism act on you and Mummy, but mainly Mummy.
Ooh, she is honoured. Okay.
Now I've got 3 tricks. One's here and there are 2 here. I'm going to use this one first. That's why it's on its own.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I've got these cards here. One of these is mine, and the other 2 are yours. The blue one could be mine, the green one could be mine, or the red one could be mine.
Okay.
Okay? I want you to talk to each other and figure out which one you think it is. Which one's mine.
You know as well as me that Mummy's the boss, right? So I'll let her pick, and I'll just
right?
and I'll just agree with whatever she says.
I don't know about that, but okay. I don't know. I would go for red, personally.
Red. You're red.
You want that one to be his?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you were correct on the green one. That is yours.
Yeah.
What about the blue one? It is yours.
Mm.
But the red one, that could be yours as well. But it's mine.
Very cool. How did you do that?
I influenced Mummy.
You influenced Mummy?
Yeah,
Wow.
I influenced her to say.
That's what you think.
Yeah, this is the second trick. I've got some, put that there. I've got some pictures here of people might like, what people might like. You've got ice cream, a clock, ice cream, clock, pear, orange, balloon, thumbs up, clover thing, Lego bricks, donuts, and a pencil. Now, Mummy, I want you to pick any one of these.
Anyone I like?
Yeah, anyone.
Well, it's not going to be Lego bricks because I hate them. I'm always standing on them. I'm going to go for the pier because it's got a nice sunset.
You want the pier?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'll put that there.
Yeah.
Now, these have all got crosses on.
Okay.
It's got a red cross. With red as in like, it's not yours. So,
Okay.
red,
Yeah.
red,
Yeah. I get it.
red, red.
Yeah.
And the pear
Yeah.
is the other one with the white.
Nice.
Did you just influence her again?
I'm not liking this.
I'm influencing Mummy over and over again.
Do you think you can influence her to buy you a new Lego set?
No.
I'll get her to buy that elf house one that's
It'll have
like,
more luck with Santa.
I'll get her to buy that elf house one that's like £300.
You keep trying, mate. God.
Not a chance in hell.
And the last trick is, these are little like drawings that people might want to make. Like you've got stick man, a swirl, music notes, clock, umbrella, a boat, a house, a tree, a love heart, and a sun.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm gonna mix them up. Okay. Now, Mummy,
Yeah.
I want you to say stop anywhere.
Stop.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna look away.
Yeah.
And
Do you want me to show Mummy?
yeah, show Mummy. You look away.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna look away. You show Mummy.
Okay, yeah.
Shall I show the camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn it over so I can see it.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to just draw something. I'm going to draw what I think it is. I'm just gonna put these back in the case. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm gonna draw it.
You are?
You're going to draw my picture. Is that
Yes.
the idea?
Not a chance.
Right, okay. Is this a very detailed picture, is it?
He has gone into great detail.
Right, okay.
Ridiculous detail.
Okay, are you done?
Yes. Okay, now. Are you ready?
Yeah, I've got the card here.
It's a tree.
That's the tree.
Very cool. Okay, so there's an example of 3 of the routines. There's more than that, but that's an example of 3 of the routines. Now, there's a very good chance, if you've been in Magic for a period of time, you're going to recognise some of the methods behind some of those tricks. What I want you to understand is they've been very, very thorough in terms of what they've put in here. And this is only like 50 quid or something like that, I think, something like that, 45, 50 quid. So they include a Sharpie in there, they include the notepad in there, the cards are all really weighed, the envelope trick that you did was made out of Tyvek. One thing I'd like to point out with the envelope trick, by the way, is with the yours, mine thing, which they openly say is based on Executive Suite by Alakazam. There's a kicker ending at the end where the one that ends up as yours or mine, you open it up and there's a £50 note in there as well. You didn't do that because the gimmick that you need to do that, little hands won't really work that well. I know, but you're gonna get bigger. You're gonna get bigger. But you know they've covered everything in here. So when they not yet, you have to do. We're not going to get into that right now. When they start going into one of the routines, they talk about optical illusions, and so they've even included a card like this, which is an example of an optical illusion that you can show people before you go into it.
Is that Pac-Man?
No, have you ever seen that optical illusion before?
No.
What do you see? What do you see?
Nothing. I don't.
What is that shape? What is it you see?
I don't know. Is it sometime?
Does it look like a vase?
Yeah.
Looks like a vase, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But now look at it. Doesn't it look like 2 faces looking at each other?
Wolf and a bear.
Yeah. So he includes lots of optical illusions. This is all to do with how many triangles do you see?
2.
2. But if you cover them up like that, you can see that there's actually that one in the middle isn't a triangle. It's just your brain fills in where the triangle is meant to be. You know, stuff like that.
Oh, 1.
Yeah, exactly, right? So you get all of that stuff included in it as well, which is great because it means that you've got this entire act that you can, and what I plan on using, well, you want this, don't you? Because you absolutely love this. This is, yeah. What I would do if I had this, and maybe I'll get myself another one, I like the idea of throwing this in the boot of a car or throwing this in the glove box. Just because, you know, I've been to gigs in the past, very, very disorganised, very, very wrong, but I've been into gigs in the past where I've literally forgotten my cases. I've got nothing in the case. I've got nothing. I've got to go and do like a 2-hour close-up show and I had to borrow some coins. I've had stage shows in the past where I've had to try and put stage shows together at the last minute. If this is in the glove box, then you're golden. You can just literally take this out and this will play to a big crowd. The stuff that's in here will play to a big crowd. And I know that there's going to be people that are going to be watching this that are going to go, well, that's very simple. That's just 8-card brainwave there with pictures of cards. Well, yeah, it is, but they're very well made. And sometimes we forget just how impactful these simple methods are. And it comes back to the fact that sometimes people are looking for this brand new method. And a lot of the time, the brand new methods...
They forget the old stuff.
They do. And one thing I've always tried to make you do ever since you got into Magic at the age of... How old were you again? 2. Ever since the age of 2, I've tried to get you to learn the classics, haven't I? Like the first thing, he does all the classics. He does, linking rings, Benson bowl, cups and balls. This is what Ryland learned before he learned all the new stuff. Because for me, the classics are important. And some of the, yeah, you know how 8-card brainwave works. You've done it for years. You know 8-card brainwave. You know the first trick, you know, with the yours, mine, ours. You've done a version of that for years. But putting it all together in this little set and routining it together into an act, I think this is a really smart, clever idea. The Pro Mind set, I like it. I think it's really great. I'm going to give it 95%. It's your trick of the week. What are you giving it?
119.
119. There's no negatives at all, is there? Yeah. There's no negatives to it at all. It's a really great set of routines. It's highly recommended. Let's move on with the next trick. Okay, so the next trick we're going to be looking at is Solid by Julio Montoro, who, in all honesty, I think is very hit and miss. Sometimes his stuff is good. Sometimes his stuff is absolutely terrible. And this is by Julio Montoro and Juan Capilla. I think I pronounced that correctly. I know you hate it, and I really don't like it as well. And there's a few reasons I don't like it. What it is, I love it here. The best coin through can. The best coin through can. Really?
It doesn't come with a can.
It doesn't come with a can. No, you use your own can. But it says here, the best coin through can. Hello, Wayne Houchin called. He's probably going to disagree with you.
How is this the best? Is this the worst?
Not just wet. Yeah, I don't know if it's the worst, but it's probably close. It's a typical Julio Montoro effect in that it's badly made. It doesn't look particularly great, but they've made it look really good on the trailer. It's not really going to be done by anyone because it's too fiddly. In the tutorial, I love in the tutorial. He was getting it wrong during the course of the tutorial. He's like, "Oh, sorry, I made a mistake there. That's not how you meant to do it." It's like even when he was teaching it, he was getting it wrong. In fact, when and I'll perform it for you in a second, when he does it with a can, he then goes and does it with a bottle. And this just shows the level of attention to detail he's actually put into with this. He does it with a bottle, and he's got a Coke bottle. And he's saying you can do it with a transparent Coke bottle. It would be great for social media, but it'd only be really good for social media because you'd need to have it from one angle. I'm like, okay, fair enough, let's have a look. And he does it with this bottle, and you can blatantly see what's going on. Like, you can see what's going on. You can absolutely see the method and what's happening. You can just see. You can just see it, and he's doing it, and then it doesn't work, and he goes, "Oh, I got that wrong. Yeah, sorry about that." But that's what's meant to happen. It's really good for social media. It's not really quite good here because this is not a fixed camera. Yes, it is, Julio. You're performing this to a fixed camera. Yes, it is a fixed camera. If it's good for social media, it should be good for this. But you couldn't even make it work. And then it cuts, and he comes back a second later, and he goes, "Oh yeah, something that I need to add. The method that I showed you with the Coke bottle." It really should be a Pepsi bottle. Go look at the trailer. We use a Pepsi bottle. You need a thicker label. That's what's going to make it work. If you get a thicker label, it won't work with a Coke bottle. Now, hang on a minute here, Julio. Hang on a minute. So you're saying rather than... Okay, so you just did this whole section.
The same.
Yeah, well, no, there's a slightly thicker label on the Pepsi bottle. But what you're saying here is rather than having... so you're saying that you did the Coke bottle thing and it didn't work. It just blatantly didn't work. You couldn't make it work and it looked terrible. And then you realised it's because you used the wrong bottle. Rather than actually like having a bit of attention to detail and a little bit of respect for your customers who are paying you money, rather than just taking that section with the Coke bottle and taking it out and reshooting it with a Pepsi bottle, you just keep it in and then you just do another little bit at the end saying, "Oh, it should have been a Pepsi bottle, sorry about that." That just shows me that all you care about is people putting their hand in their pocket and giving you money. You don't care about the art. You don't care about, I'm sick of the amount of terrible tricks that I've thrown in the bin because of you. Dorito Bite. Remember Dorito Bite? No, come back. You can get the bin in a bit. Remember Dorito Bite? Like, how much money have we spent on his products that are just terrible? The linking onion rings.
I like that.
Oh, shut up. Have you ever done it? Have you ever done it? Yes. No, you haven't. You've never done it. They're still sitting over there from the review show 3 months ago. You've never done it. You've never taken it out.
No, they're not.
Have you done it? Where have you done it? Show me where you've done it.
London Magic Convention.
You didn't do it. You didn't take them there. Stop lying. Ryland, you know you didn't. I was with you the entire time. You know you didn't take them to the London Magic Convention.
You went upstairs and I went down.
I packed your bag with all of your tricks in it, Ryland. Are you going to tell me that you...
I did it sneaky.
Whatever. The point I'm and that key thing with the key for just terrible.
Yeah,
this is just not good. This is just not good.
Now can I get it?
No, I'm going to do a performance of it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so let me perform this thing for you first of all, and I'll give you a couple of ideas of things that you can do instead of this. Right, I'm going to show you a trick with a can and a key. First of all, check the can out, make sure it's okay. You'll notice it's empty. Do you know why it's empty, Ryland?
No.
I drank it. Opened it. I thought you would have realised that's worth on space. Have a look at the key, check the key out, make sure the key's okay, make sure it is what it appears to be, which is just a key. Is the key okay?
Yes. What's it for?
Wonderful. Well, the key, I'm going to show you an amazing trick with the key in the can. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to try and put the key in the can. Would that be good?
Yeah.
If I could put the key in the can. Now, normally, we'd use a signed key for this, but we're not going to sign it because I can't be bothered. But we'd normally have it signed, you'd have it signed and whatever, and we'd put it in the can. But are you ready? I'm going to get it in the can on 3. 1, 2, 3. That's, what do you reckon? That's the trick. Are you impressed? Why not? I just put a key. Shall I do it again? But this time slightly more magical, yeah? Okay, there we go. Let me do this again. Watch. Are you ready? Yeah. This time I'll do it by magic. I won't put it in through the top part. I'll put it in through the bottom part. Are you ready? 1. Watch the key. Watch the can, yeah? Yeah. 1, 2. And just like that, you can hear that the key has gone in the can. Check it out. It really is. And you can tip that out, and that would be your key inside the can, and you can take it out yourself. Okay, so that is a performance, and yeah, that's exactly what it is. So the whole idea is, the only difference is that you'd normally have the key signed, so you'd have them sign one side of the key, you put a smiley face on the other side of the key. It reminds me a little bit of Prohibition. If you remember Prohibition, by Charlie Justice, the method is a little bit like Prohibition, but instead of using the method that Prohibition uses, if you know what that is, instead of using that, you're using this really cheaply made gimmick that's made out of a tiny little piece of plastic that will break within 0.2 seconds. And instead of using a beer bottle and actually being able to do it because of the cover of your hand, you're having to fanny around with putting this gimmick on the side of a can and taking it off the side of a can. I have practiced it over and over again, and I'd say I've probably got it down to about 70% of the time after practicing it for about a week. But it's terrible. It really is. Look, I'm going to give you 2 better ways of doing this. First of all, if you have a burning desire to put a oh, and then the other thing is, this is the other thing that's really stupid about it, right? So in the routine, and you saw this in the performance, in the routine, you drop the key in the can for real, and then you pretend to just shake it out very, very quickly. And then you take it and you do the move, and then it lands in.
You can't really shake it out really quickly.
Well, here's the thing. Once that key is in that can, it's almost impossible to get the key out the can. It's almost impossible. And like you and I and Mommy were there for like 10 minutes trying to get the key out the can every time I was practicing. And I ended up cutting the can open and getting another can and doing it again and ending up going through loads of cans. Well, that's a massive discrepancy.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cans.
I'm just, exactly.
No, 6.
Yeah, exactly. So the better point the point I'm trying to make here is, if a layman was watching this and they saw you very easily take the key out the can, and then they examine it afterwards and they try and get the key out the can and they can't, they're probably going to turn around to you and go, oh, you're able to get it out really quick, and you're not going to be able to. It's going to take you about 10 minutes and some tweezers to get it out, but a second earlier when you were performing it fell straight out. Now that for me is an issue. It's again attention to detail, or the lack of attention to detail. And it also means it's not very easy to reset, because what you have to do is get that key out of that can, which is an absolute pain in the butt. So if you want to put a coin...
If you do want to do this, you're going to have to carry out 20 cans.
And also...
It's going to take up a lot of space.
The best thing to do is use a coin, not a key. The reason he uses a key is because... he mentions this at the beginning of the project, actually. He talks about how, it was going to be a coin in a can, but a lot of countries, what you need the coin to do doesn't do. So he could really only sell it in Europe. I'm trying to be very vague. So they ended up selling it with keys, because the keys do what you need it to do. The point is, if you're going to want to put an object in a can, the best method that I would use, and I'll do a Magic Live on this at some point, is Wayne Houchin's. I can't even remember the name of it. Chris Angel did it on his special. It's a way of getting a coin that is signed and using just sleight of hand. You borrow a can. It can be any can. It doesn't have to be an empty can, because that's the other thing. This is an empty can. It's already been opened. So it's not that impossible that you're able to get a key in a can when there's already an opening there to begin with. With the Wayne Houchin effect, the coin, you show the coin, you show an ungimmick can that you've borrowed, you push the coin in the bottle, you show it from all sides, you show it, you let them see it, you shake it and they can hear it in there, you then open it, you pour out all of the drink, and inside there is the signed coin. and there's no gimmicks at all, and it is just a coin and just a can. For me, that is the absolute best way of getting a coin in a can. If you want to throw a coin in a can like this, and you want to make it really visible, go to the 1914 and go check out Osmo, I think it's called. I did a review on it on the review show special. That is also, are you okay? Yeah. That is also another great way to do this trick as well. But for me, the Wayne Houchin method is the best method. I love Wayne Houchin's effect, and I've been doing it for years. I do it all the time in the summer at festival bookings. When I'm outside at a festival, I'll say, hey, do me a favour, go and grab a can from that stand, will you? Here's £1, go and grab a can from that stand. Wonderful, let's do this. And I do it all of the time. There's no gimmicks to fanny around with. It's a closed can. You don't have to... have you switch keys, you know, you can be a signed coin. There's so many advantages compared to the amount of disadvantages with this trick, and there are a lot of disadvantages. You need to have a gimmick with you that I think will break very, very easily, and also the problem with the gimmick, and I'm not going to give too much away by telling you this, it uses double-sided tape. So he says you can have it in your pocket and you can be ready. Doesn't it come with that? It doesn't come with that, but that's not. Does it even come with the key? Yes, it comes with the 2 keys. It comes with the 2 keys and a little gimmick. Here's the point. This is another example of why he's not thought it through. The little gimmick that comes with it, you have to add some double-sided tape in order to do something with it. Which it doesn't come with. It doesn't come with that, but that's not the point. The point I'm trying to make here is he says you can do this anytime, anywhere. Let's just say you are a miracle worker and you can get the key out the can at the end of the trick, and therefore you can reset it very, very easily. His thing is you keep the gimmick in the pocket and you're ready to go anytime, anywhere. Well, if that's the... When I put something in my pocket that's got double-sided tape, it's going to stick to something else in my pocket, or I'm going to get a load of lint on it that makes it not sticky. So if I go into my pocket half an hour later to do this, that thing ain't going to do what you need it to do because the sticky tape is no longer sticky. Which means that if I want to do this, I have to have it kind of separate to everything else, and I'm going to have to get it. It's just really badly thought out. This is absolutely, put your fingers in your ears, C-R-A-P. It's terrible. It's rubbish. It's typical Julio Montoro crap. Go get the bin. I am sick and tired of this guy bringing out nothing but tat. And he brings out stuff occasionally that's decent, like the close-up version of the Prestige that we showed earlier on. I really like that. I thought that was really good. But it's one hit amongst 20 rubbish tricks. And when they're rubbish, they're absolutely terrible. And I get the feeling from watching his tutorials, he does not give a damn about his audience. He doesn't give a crap about anything other than lining his pockets and releasing more terrible tricks. I've had enough.
2,000%.
Oh, it's just not even, it doesn't, I'm not even going to give it a rating, Ryland. I'm not even going to justify this trick with a rating. It is absolutely, completely and totally terrible. What are you giving it?
Nothing.
Nothing. 0% from Ryland. I refuse to rate it because it's so bad. Don't buy it. Go and get Wayne Houchin's version instead. And if Julio's listening to this, please start thinking more about your products before you release them, before you become the next Peter Egging.
And that's another review show in the back. And that's another review show in the back. And that's another review show in the back.
Are we done?
And that's
not a fourth
show.
one. No.
That's another review show.
Okay, can we stop now? Right.
That's
Okay.
another review show.
I thought you wanted to play Lego.
That's another review show.
You can't play Lego if you keep jumping up and down.
That's another review show.
We're finished. We're finished. We're finished. We're done. We're done. I'm kicking you off this show. It's a Craig Petty show from now on.
No.
Okay. Calm down.
Bye.
That is another review show in the bag, guys.
You're fired.
You can't fire me. It's my channel. You can't fire me. Who do you think you are? I'm not getting fired. You're David Penn. That is another review show in the bag. Guys, thank you so much for watching the show. I really appreciate it. Don't forget, Ryland is now on Instagram. He's got almost 100 followers. It's very exciting. If you want to follow Ryland, he posts daily updates and videos and stuff.
I got a YouTube channel.
500 subs on your YouTube channel. Boom. There you go.
Yay!
So, make sure you follow Ryland on YouTube and Instagram. Make sure you follow this channel. Don't forget, we're going to be back again tomorrow on Thursday with 3 videos, aren't we? It's going to be back on Thursday with 3 videos. We've got a shorts at 2. At 6 o'clock, we've got a live. At 9 o'clock, we've got a magic stuff. And don't forget, in 4 hours' time, if you're watching this when it goes up at 5 o'clock, in 4 hours' time, it is the premiere episode of the Magic Podcast. With me and...
Joy!
And Lloyd, me and Lloyd, nothing is hold back. Nothing is off the table. This is going to be the best podcast you ever heard. I guarantee it. Nothing is off the table and you're not allowed to listen to it. So, guys, make sure you tune in for the podcast at 9 o'clock tonight. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again soon. I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
Thanks very much. Take care. Bye, everyone.